Hello, everybody in the vinyl community and everyone else as well. Um, Welcome to Surface Noise. I'm John. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about soundtracks. I've chosen technically 10 to show off. There's an 11th I'm going to show off, but there's reasons why I'm not including it as part of the 10. So let's get started. So I'll start with the 11th one, and then I'll explain why. So 11th one, I got Grease. I got kind of a beat up copy of that. Of course, this is a great soundtrack, iconic soundtrack, really. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. Here we go. We got that inside. It's pretty nice. I've got, let's see if I can get this out. Got that there. The reason I didn't include it, this is a double album, and I only have one record. The first record, right here. So because of that, since it's incomplete and I do need to find another copy, I decided not to officially include this one, but I think it is a top 10 soundtrack. I do think that. So that's the reason for the exclusion, technically, even though I kind of did include it anyway. But anyway, so the official 10. We'll start here. Now I don't know if I'm cheating a bit with this one. This was a film, but it was a concert film. It's Erg, A Music War. It's a great concert film. It's from the early 80s. A lot of post-punk bands in here. A lot of bands, some bands at least, who went on to other things at the A&M Records. This is even I guess a promo. You can see the little punched hole in the corner. So, but yeah, this is a concert film. Very, very cool. It has early performances by the Police. They would do a song called "Driven to Tears." It's got "Wall of Voodoo" on it. "Back in the Flesh," OMD. Do Enola Gay, which, that was a pretty big song for them. Respectable Street, XTC. It's got the Go-Go's. Klaus Nomi does an amazing performance. Jules Holland, Steel Pulse, reggae guys. Echo and the Bunnymen, Devo, The Cramps, Joan Jett, Pierre Ubu, Gary Newman, Gang of Four, X Magazine, 999. I mean, it's a phenomenal music on this, and if you can find this online, I would recommend watching this for sure. It is a great film, if you love music, that is. And I think that there is a YouTube channel for it, I believe, that has clips, not all in one film, but maybe the individual songs, so worth checking out for sure. Next on my list, I chose The Sting. Great film from the 70s, I believe. My main reason for choosing this one is the music of Scott Joplin. It's pretty amazing, pretty awesome. I guess that's a picture of him there. Right, there we go. Of course, it's got the iconic song, "The Entertainer," which even if you don't know the song, once you hear it, you know it. You'd recognize it right away. So there you go. That would be number 9, The Sting. Next up, I have Hair. This is another album, very influential movie, and really a reflection of what was going on in the world when this came out. A lot of famous songs. I think there's 3 big ones on this. Hair, of course, being that's the thing. Age of Aquarius, I think, is the other track, and there's a third one. It's got Good Morning Starshine on it too. But anyway, it's great. It's it's better than I thought. I picked this up for very, very little, to be honest. I think only a couple bucks, but threw it on, and it's like it's all pretty memorable, and it's pretty great. And yeah, a lot of stuff sticks out on this, and it seems very familiar. So That was number 8. Next up is a personal favorite for me. This is the Pink Panther Strikes Again, and this is the only Pink Panther soundtrack I have, but I'm a big fan of these movies and of Peter Sellers. But in particular, the Pink Panther movies, they're just absolutely hilarious. And of course, there is the iconic, once again, theme song for the Pink Panther by Henry Mancini, it would be. Yeah, Henry Mancini. So this is, it also has a funny song on the track 1 on the side 2 is Come to Me, which is sung by Tom Jones, but there's also Peter Sellers singing parts of it, which is pretty funny. The rest of it's mostly instrumental, but that song's funny, and the theme song is just awesome, and you have heard it, even if you don't think you have. Next up, Say Anything. This is the John Cusack film, I believe. Yes, this is a Cameron Crowe movie, and I'm a big fan of Cameron Crowe. It's also, what's her name? Iona Skye, and John Mahoney, actually. So this is actually quite a good film, regardless of the soundtrack. But the soundtrack's pretty amazing, and of course, you know, the picture there with him with the boombox there, that's In Your Eyes scene with the Peter Gabriel song. But this also features other great tracks of the time, like Cult of Personality, Living Color, Taste the Pain, Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's an awesome awesome song from Mother's Milk. I think that was on Mother's Milk. In Your Eyes, Stripped by Depeche Mode, Skanking to the Beat, Fishbone. It's been a while, haven't heard some Fishbone for a while. It's got a replacements track on it too, so solid record, great film. There we are. Next up, very famous soundtrack, Saturday Night Fever. Gave this a spin recently and realized just how good this is. This was used copy that obviously wasn't mine because I was writing all over it, but I'm happy to have it anyway. But yeah, this is a great document of the '60s, of the disco era for sure. And I mean, Staying Alive, that's an iconic song. But this is a whole, How Deep Is Your Love, Jive Talkin'. I mean, even just the Bee Gees songs are amazing, but then you got Yvonne Elliman with I Can't Have You, the Disco Inferno, it's another great track. You Should Be Dancing is another, and More Than a Woman, there's more Bee Gees songs. But yeah, this is just, it's awesome top to bottom, so it's definitely worthy top 5 for me. Next up, we have Funny Girl, Barbra Streisand. I really liked this film when I was a young kid. Saw it when I was very young. Didn't probably appreciate the music as much then, but I did like the film. I also kind of grew up listening to Fanny Brice radio shows that my dad had on cassette, and that's of course who she's playing in this film is Fanny Brice when she was in the Ziegfeld Follies. So Omar Sharif, Barbra Streisand, and this is, what's the song? There's a song I really like on here. Don't Rain on My Parade, that's the track I really love off that. That's an amazing track. And they did do that on that show. Can't remember. There was that TV show where they were singing all the time. And they did Don't Rain on My Parade. And I can't think of what the show's called now, but anyway. Glee, that's it, Glee. Next up, Return of the Living Dead. I'm going to take the plastic off, you can't really see it. This is awesome. I remember seeing this in the theaters, and it just had such a kind of punk rock type of soundtrack that it just, it basically was a comedy. I mean, it's a horror movie, I guess, but it was funny, and then the music just made it even more amazing, more fun. There we go. That's my copy on the greenish vinyl. And what's on it, you say? So the main track, and I think this was even in the commercial, was Party Time 45 Grave, sort of a gothic punk, I guess, band. But that's a song. That's a great song. You got the Cramps on here, TSOL, Roky Erickson, The Damned. Yeah, it's a great soundtrack, and you know, especially for a horror film, it's a great rock album for that. And that is that would be number 3 for me. Keep in mind that these are just the things I own on vinyl, so I mean, I'm not saying these are the top 10 soundtracks of all time. It's just these are the ones I have, and these are my favorite ones that I own. Here we have Rocky Horror, another amazing soundtrack. Remember seeing this at midnight a few times going downtown. That was pretty cool. And this soundtrack's good from top to bottom. Obviously, science fiction double feature, Damn It Janet, Time Warp. I don't know, you can go on and on. Yeah, the whole thing. Just yeah. There's a reason I got it so high on my list. It's not a really bad song on here. You know, Tim Curry, and the rest, Susan Sarandon, and yeah, all these people. Meatloaf is amazing. So there we go. Number 2 is my Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack. And you take a look here. Yeah, it's got a cool label to it, like that. I thought it did. I was pretty sure. There it is. And I love that kind of thing. Okay. Put that away very carefully. Is this one? Okay. My personal favorite soundtrack that I own is Singles, another Cameron Crowe film. Twice in this list it comes up. I didn't even plan that. So here we go. This is a nice gatefold. This is a double album. I have the CD as well, but I didn't get the vinyl until the last couple of years. This has some songs that were on other albums. I mean, it has Wood, Alice in Chains, that was on their Dirt album. Nearly Lost You, Screaming Trees was on their album, Sweet Oblivion, I think that was that one. But it has some original songs that were just for here, like Breathe and State of Love and Trust, the Pearl Jam tracks. The Dyslexic Heart and Waiting for Somebody, which is Paul Westerberg. Drown by Smashing Pumpkins, one of my favorite Smashing Pumpkins tunes. Mudhoney's on here. Oh, Chloe, Dancer, Crown of Thorns by Mother Love Bone. That was on their album, but it was on here as well, and it's another great song. And the Battle of Evermore is the Love Mongers, which is basically Heart, but it's yeah, they're doing a Zeppelin cover, so they're going by the Love Mongers, which is kind of neat. Yeah, it's got a track by Chris Cornell called Sessions as well. Seasons. And then a Hendrix song, May This Be Love. So yeah, just a great soundtrack album. Seen the film more times than I can count, so I've probably heard these songs more times than I can count as well. So anyway, that's it. Those are my top soundtracks that I own. So yeah, you can let me know in the comments if there's any soundtracks you can think of that are your favorites, or if any of these are. Let me know. Hope everyone is having a good week. And if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe. And I will see everyone next time.